This week on the PRESSURECAST, Call of Duty takes a cue from Netflix, Nintendo sends out NX development kits, and Rocket League goes back to the future. Plus, impressions of Dragon Quest Heroes, Wasteland 2, and Yoshi's Woolly World. It's Monday, October 19th, 2015. Everything happening in the world of video games is here, now, on the PRESSURECAST. Hey, Pressure Pals. Welcome to the 100th episode of the PRESSURECAST, VideoGamesAreDumb.com's weekly news panic that posts every single Monday on iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and America's longest-running independent newspaper at ExpressMilwaukee.com. My name is Colin Tanner, and I've got two coffees, as per usual, and I am joined by my good friend, Justin Hambone Engelbart.
Welcome to the show this week, everybody.
Wow, okay, so if we sound a little different, it's because today we're actually doing a video in honor of the 100th episode, and if the video's not up, something went terribly wrong, and it's just going to sound like this. I do what?
So the video is why it sounds bad this week.
Yeah, well, that, and we are trapped in a part of the studio. We are surrounded by people recording.
By bots? We're surrounded by
robot
dogs.
We're surrounded by people that are playing instruments because they're recording a musical everywhere, and they needed the good studio.
And they don't want us in it. And I told them I could sing a song for them.
I hope you're watching the video.
I can sing.
If you're not watching the video, I highly recommend you do watch the video because it we have some good composition. We're using a high angle shot right here.
Yeah, see our smiling faces too for once.
All right, we have so much to get to this week. We have to talk about the chart park. We have to talk about the earth-shattering stories, hype train, idiot of the week. So many different segments.
My favorite.
And in case you've never listened to the show before, or I guess in this instance watched it. Yeah. Each week, the PRESSURECAST slices up all the latest video game news, past, present, and future, and delivers it right into your ears in 7 sensational segments in 2 hours or less. So please remember to write to us if you want to be heard on the show, pressurecast@gmail.com. That is pressurecast@gmail.com. Or you can tweet at us at PressureCastPod, or you can call us 954-947-7377 and leave a voicemail just like Keon did for this episode. We're going to cut from the video. We're going to have to cut to an image or something like that. We're going to play the message. We already listened to it, so here we're going to go.
All right, Keon.
Yeah, here we go. Thank you for calling in, Keon. Here we go.
Hey, what's going on, PRESSURECAST crew? This is Keon calling from Baltimore, Maryland. Just had a quick question for you guys. I actually just read an article about Call of Duty Black Ops 3. And one of the guys on the team, I don't know if he's the director or I forgot, or the story guy, I forgot what he actually does. But he actually said that in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, they're giving you the option to actually skip levels. Like literally, you can skip ahead if a level is giving you a problem. Now, that led me to the question, is gaming nowadays becoming way too easy? I understand that it has grown. It is something that's in the media. It's a big money market where they need to make things accessible to, everybody. But do you think that the gaming industry as a whole has really, made it very easy? I understand that back in the 80s, those games were broken. A lot of them were. And I'm not at all trying to sound like an elitist. I just really wanted to get you guys' genuine opinion about how you feel about this. Definitely continue the great work. And thank you so much for taking calls from your fans. It's really, really cool. You guys take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Well. Keon has delivered, once again, another wonderful question onto us.
He delivered the payload.
Yeah, the payload, the really hard key payload.
If we were in Armageddon. What's another word for that?
Payload?
Yeah, another word.
Some.
No.
Bandwagon.
Nope.
Okay, so here's the thing. Are games too easy these days? What a controversial subject of our times. You hear about it in all the presidential debates. We're here to discuss it and solve it right now.
Sanders.
We've got the news right here about the Call of Duty that he referenced, which is the upcoming Call of Duty Black Ops 3. The director of the campaign, Jason Blundell, said this. When Netflix releases House of Cards and do all the episodes, does anyone just jump to the end and go and play the last episode?
No.
Sure, you can, but it's about the journey, right? And he's right. So Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is going to allow you to actually just go wherever you want in the campaign. All the levels are unlocked. And what Keon said there is pretty true. If a level's too hard, you can just skip it if you want. But the real reason behind this, according to Jason Blundell, is Treyarch is also letting players move around the game's campaign structure with a bit more flexibility. In co-op, players will be able to bounce around the campaign, revisiting levels with abilities they've upgraded later in the game to offer a sense of replayability. So it's very important to point out that this latest Call of Duty, like all the other ones, is mostly an online game. Not a whole lot of people play the campaigns, and by introducing the ability to go wherever you want with 3 other players, I think it improves the chance that people will check it out going, oh, no, level 6 is the one you want to go to. And instead of having to be like, oh, okay, well, I gotta play this game by myself. Hey, you want to play with us? Oh, I can't. I gotta get to level 6 before I can join you guys.
Oh man, I haven't played the single player yet.
That was a huge problem, I think, in the Gears of War games, where it's like, oh no, you have to actually get that far if you want to replay a level with your friends.
Yeah, but you didn't really unlock stuff in the Gears of War game to go back with.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he means by unlock. We really don't know much about how the campaign's working. I assume it's like perks, just like in the multiplayer.
The Kickstarters.
The Kickstarter, sure. Yeah, why not? Just say Kickstarter.
Send me a shirt.
These are all buzzwords. Kickstarter.
No, perks.
Synergy.
You know what perks are.
But you've played the Call of Duty games where it's like, oh, I unlock this thing where I reload faster, or I have, an extra
missile strike thing when I kill 5 guys in a row.
Yeah, and I did play the beta of Black Ops 3, and it really allows you to customize nearly everything, just like the other ones, where instead of having a set list of what you can have, they're like, oh, okay, you want just one really powerful gun. It's all like math. It has to add up to a certain value. It's pretty cool. So that's what Black Ops 3 is doing, and I, for one, am very happy about it. I think that's an excellent way to have people play online together through a campaign, because this campaign, more than any of the other ones, is focused around multiplayer and having 3 other friends to play with.
You think anybody's going to be playing this online though?
Yeah, absolutely. Now they will.
Really?
You could skip around. Oh my god, yeah.
Really, just to skip around?
Yeah,
is it going to be a pretty short camp? Usually they have pretty short campaigns on those games.
Yeah, generally about 5 hours or whatever. And last year's was actually a pretty good campaign. They've done okay recently. Obviously, Call of Duty Ghosts was horrible, but
yeah,
I'm wondering how it will impact the story. But much like his point, sure, you can skip ahead, but most people never will. As to Keon's questions, are games getting too easy as they get more mainstream? And my answer is not enough. I actually think games should be easier, or at least have the option to be easier.
He's trolling you guys.
No, I'm dead serious. Like, I think there should be an I give up button in everything. And, where you just go, I don't know, you tell me. Now, if you ever played BioShock Infinite, you could press one button and just an arrow would appear on the ground and just guide you exactly where you need to go. And it's like, thank
that's nice.
God.
Like Metroid Prime when they put that system in where it tells you to go. Otherwise, I never would have been able to figure that stuff out.
You have so much trouble looking at me while you're talking about
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, you just gotta lean in.
And you guys can all see it.
Do you ever listen to Aerosmith? You know how they lean into the mic? Yeah, they lean into the mic together when they're singing. Yeah. That's how you do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be diplomatic on this one. I think there's just a wider variety of games out there now than there's ever been in the past.
Yeah, and so maybe that there's just some more that are accommodating to
everyone.
Yeah,
I think a lot of the more big budget titles that sort of are trying to appeal to as many people as possible should have an option to skip things. But the hardcore titles that I want to play, I don't want any easy stuff.
I don't know how you can make something like Binding of Isaac easier. or something like
it ruins the whole
Pac-Man
thing.
easier.
Yeah.
But I think there's a difference between a game that's focused around narrative and a game that's focused around gameplay. And you could say that the Call of Duty campaign is focused around narrative more than gameplay.
You could say that, but the storyline, what is it going to be like? Oh, we're going to war again.
Well, we're going to war.
Let's jump out of this helicopter.
We have to find the bullets.
Yeah. Oh, we're out of bullets?
You didn't bring bullets?
That would be a great storyline. You'll never see that, though. It's gonna be
Call
like,
of Duty, find the bullets.
save your friend.
I mean, I remember one of my favorite experiences of last generation was LA Noire, which was a game that was
like that
game. That was my favorite game of 2011, more than even Arkham City, which I love that game. 2011, fantastic year. Mortal Kombat, so many good games were out that year. So
just that year.
That year. Just keep saying that year.
That year.
One of the cool things about LA Noire was that there were these following sequences where you had to trail somebody, which are some of the most irritating points in any open world game. And I failed it 3 times, and a thing popped up. It said, hey, if you want, you can skip this, and you will not be punished. Like, they made sure to say, like, this is not going to ruin your score.
They actually did punish you for it.
Yeah, you don't get to play this part.
You don't get the best ending.
Yeah, see, that's just it. I want more games to accommodate people that don't want to sit through the bullshit and not punish them. Be like, well, remember back in the day when you were trying to play something like Street Fighter on easy, and it'd be like, if you want to see the real ending, if you really want to see the ending, you got to beat it on normal, which I get the incentive of wanting people to keep playing your game because you want them to, not trade it back in. But I think there just needs to be that option, just saying like, okay, you know what? I got 3 kids and I got to go to work in the morning. Can I just get past this part? You know what I mean?
I got one good point in relation to this.
I finally found one, guys.
I finally got it. I think this is a
good
point.
point.
You know what was kind of weird back in those games back then? It's like you beat it. It would be like, beat it on hard to get the true ending.
Yeah.
What you're actually unlocking is like a 30-second like video of like some car like rolling up and some guy. It's never like a great like ending or scene or something. It's like, Cammy's hanging out with them bison now.
Yeah.
Wow. I unlocked that. This means a lot to my life.
I really do applaud Call of Duty for embracing where it is in the industry as one of the most popular titles and the most anticipated title of this fall, according to Nielsen. We went through that study. And so I encourage everyone to make games easier for people as an option. And I think that if you're able to design a game that is going to be scalable, I think you've developed a better game, period. You know what I mean?
I agree with you there.
Most games are scaled back. Most games start out being way harder than they are when they're released because the developers are so busy playing their game that they get used to everything, so they try and increase the difficulty. Then they take it to play testers and they go, okay, I don't know how to even do this. You see that a lot. What's really an interesting example would be like Super Mario Maker, where everyone's just making really hard stages. Be like, I out-difficulted you. You
get
cannot
kind of
beat
bored of the easy stages.
Yeah, I don't want easy. I want satisfying. And if you can make a game
challenging, perhaps
engaging, I will take.
How about the N-Gage?
Please give me the N-Gage. PRESSURECAST@gmail.com to get my address and send me an N-Gage.
Okay, but this time only make really difficult games.
But this time the monsters are real. I keep quoting a Cartoon Network advertisement for Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Oh, goodness.
Where he just kept going, this time the monsters are real.
Featuring the Beatles.
They just spoiled the ending of the movie in every commercial they had to be like, no, really, there's going to be real monsters here.
Oh, you know what, though? I think I watched that one. I think they aren't real then. I think the mask does come off, and it's like, oh, you thought it was real. Nope. Same old thing we do every episode.
That is such a weird subgenre of television. What do you even call it? The horror mystery that turns out it's always fake. That's what Scooby-Doo. They create their own genre.
And
they don't get enough credit for that.
Why are the criminals always trying to fool this? Well, it's a gang of stoners, right?
Yeah.
And this dog that can talk, kind of. And they're just trying to fool it into thinking that they're ghosts?
That is such an epidemic. That is something that could only occur in like the 1840s. That is not something that's happening in the 1970s America. Either way.
Okay. Diverge.
So I don't know. I would prefer if people took more cues, but to make their game easier, just like BioShock Infinite with the arrow button, or LA Noire with the hey, you're having difficulty, skip the scene, but we won't punish you. I think that there should always
giving the users more control.
Yeah, you should always accommodate every type of player, even if you don't want to change the actual gameplay. Like BioShock, you still have to shoot all those guys. There's no way around it.
And you can choose not to, right?
No, you still gotta shoot everybody.
No, I mean not to skip around.
Yeah, it's an option. That's the thing. Just give the option because people have busy lives, and sometimes you just want to beat the game, and sometimes the game's just not that good, and you just want to finish it up. You're
like, somebody told me this gun you get in the 5th level is really nice, but I really don't feel like finding the red key and opening that door.
Yeah, sure.
Solving this puzzle on this old computer in the game.
Oh my god. I hope we sound good this week. You know.
I know I sound good.
Oh, okay.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies. Val Venus up in here. Okay, you know what? Keon, once again, delivering it every single time that you call in here. Thank you for the voicemail.
Maybe we'll get more calls, but you guys got a tough act to follow.
Everybody call 954-947-7377. If you see something in the news you want us to talk about, you just let us know, because we always love hearing.
Or what about a
from
news
you.
story we missed? Maybe there's some fringe news that
yeah.
I don't know. I think you get everything.
Local boy makes good on video game. I made a good level.
Man wins $1 million playing Pong.
My seat is lowering.
Oh, good. Perfect.
Here we go. I can't believe that actually happened.
Colin, back in action, Tanner.
Thank you very much. Next up, we have another email from Greg. Thank you for the email, Greg.
Which one is Greg? Have we had him on here before?
We've had Greg on here before.
Oh, good.
Here's what he had to say. Listen to the pressure cast today. I already know how you look like, Colin, so I just drew
here we go.
what I imagine Justin looks like when I listen to him. This was a fast drawing on a sticky pad at work. Good show today. Hope next week is a recorded video like you suggested. We'll see. It depends on how this video turns out. But if you're watching via video and if it is up, let me just bring this up right now.
Let me try to look like this picture for you.
I don't think you can look at this.
Yeah. You know,
He's
pretty
got
close. I don't think I'm tweaking out as bad as it might look like, but
yeah, you look like you're in the Twilight Zone, man.
I wish I was as tall as that guy.
Yeah,
because you can tell his neck just keeps going.
If you're just listening to the audio version, Justin essentially looks like a cartoon person that just ate a spicy pepper and is just about to feel it before he skyrockets through the skyrockets through the roof and has like steam coming out of his
I got
ass.
the cool spiky hair. I got like the Ash Ketchum Pokemon hair going.
You wish you looked this good.
I wish I looked that good. Actually, I kind of look like Colin on that one, to be honest with you. It does look more like you than me.
I like that there's no Greg, this is a no, Greg, this is a very good drawing. Shut up. This is a very good drawing. But as Justin, I love it because there's no chin. It is just
my mouth goes right into my neck.
You do look like a Muppet though, so this is dead.
Well, I do. Yeah, like Bernie Sanders.
Greg, that
President Muppet.
When I saw that, you have no idea. I immediately started texting Justin.
I had to see it.
You have to see this.
I've got a new Facebook profile picture.
I know. Did you really set it as your Facebook?
Not yet. No.
You're gonna.
I was going to. I didn't know if that'd be weird.
Okay, Greg. Justin's gonna set it as his Facebook profile picture. Greg, seriously, thank you for the drawing. That was amazing.
That's great. We got to suggest that people do things like that more often.
Yeah, do whatever.
Like what, next week you guys send us a picture of your favorite cat?
Not everybody is as cool as Greg. Let's face facts.
No, that's true. He's the only one who sent him.
We have the best listeners, I swear. They're just they're the very best.
What do you call them, pressure pals?
They're all pressure pals. As are you listening on this 100th episode.
I thought you meant me. I'm like, no, I'm not.
We're gonna go.
Uh-oh.
This show is so off the rails. We're trapped in this horrible closet where everything sounds like it's being overdriven and just is a constant nightmare. But okay, let's hurry up.
Constant nightmare?
It's a constant nightmare.
It's not one of those nightmares that lets you off the hook for a second.
We're like, maybe this dream's turning out okay.
Oh, wow, what is that, a cloud? Oh, no, it's an evil cloud.
It's an evil cloud. Oh, no, run away. Okay, great. Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
To.
Yep.
Oh, no. Oh. Here it comes. That's right. It's the earth-shattering stories. That's right. It's time for the earth-shattering stories. This is where we pick one or two stories. This week it's one, by the way. Story that is absolutely imperative for you to hear about. That was a good intro. And this week, we have to talk about Nintendo. They have started to send out their NX development kits. This, of course, is the console Nintendo is going to be releasing at some point in the future. They're going to start talking about it in 2016. It was revealed during the mobile announcement that there was a project under works. Satoru Iwata announced it a couple months before he passed away. And that's really all we know about it. But that hasn't stopped speculation, including the Wall Street Journal writing this.
Oh, I saw this.
People familiar with the development plans said Nintendo would likely include both a console and at least one mobile unit that could either be used in conjunction with the console or taken on the road for separate use. They also said Nintendo would aim to put industry-leading chips in the NX device after criticism that the Wii U's capabilities didn't match those of their competitors.
Well, they're really only developing this for them. They're sending out these development kits, but they haven't had third-party support.
Third-party support?
Third-party support in years.
You should see the Wii. They had a lot of third-party support.
Well, they definitely had third-party support.
101 party games. What could go wrong? There's so many party games on one disc.
There's that game with the bald guy on the cover. I think it's a dancing game.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of bad games on there. I have a collection of bad Wii games. I went on my way to find the worst, and you would not believe it.
I bet there's a lot. Well, it's weird to me that they're sending this development kit out early when nobody really...
No, that's very normal.
It's just like, hey, wait a second, guys. We really are serious about this.
No, that's normal. And some people have even hinted at the idea that they could release the NX as early as 2016.
I saw that. It was in the Wall Street Journal article.
That would not surprise me necessarily, just because I know that they have, not the best time right now when it comes to sales of their systems. Wii U is selling better than ever, which translates to not good.
Yeah.
The 3DS has dipped significantly, even though the new 3DS did improve it over the winter.
Can I just say one thing? Mm-hmm. I've got the Vita and I got a 3DS. I only play the Vita. I'm sorry, guys.
Here's the thing. When you look at Sony and Microsoft, they announced their consoles in 2013. They released that fall. So that would make a whole lot of sense that they're going to announce and release a console in the same year. The only issue I think a lot of people have is that would actually break the 5-year cycle that's traditional with a lot of Nintendo systems. But then again, the Wii lasted much longer. Wii U was released in 2012. Just has not done very well, and the library, while some people will say, "Oh my goodness, it's incredible," it's okay if you're a Nintendo fan.
Yeah.
If you're not a Nintendo fan, there's Bayonetta and Zombie U's elsewhere now.
No More Heroes 2.
That's on the Wii. I actually just bought a copy of No More Heroes on the Wii.
It's a great game.
I already own it on the PlayStation 3, but I think I want to do a video about it, and so I got on the Wii.
The new Pikmin, right? Pikmin's worth it.
Pikmin 3 is good, but once again, you got to be a Nintendo fan for that kind of stuff.
Right.
If you're really into third-party support, that's not a way to go, so that's probably why they need these industry-leading chips. And if the cycle of consoles is going to last as long as last time, which was from 2005 to 2013, that's 8 years, now would not be a bad time for Nintendo to, as Xbox 360 used to say, jump in.
Yeah, good one, Xbox. My big question, is Nintendo still trying to shake that reputation as like being a kiddie system?
Yeah, they started including blood in games that didn't even have blood.
Yeah, they're like, well,
this year, FIFA 16, all the players will be bleeding from their eyes and nose and ears.
I always wanted like signature injuries for players on those games. You see somebody get like hurt in a particular way.
Signature injuries.
Yeah, you can't because you buy the game that year and they don't have any of the injuries in there. It's not like, oh, you can't play as this guy this year. He's hurt. No. So maybe like midway through the season, you're like, oh no, I triggered this injury where he jumps right into the goalpost and his bone comes through his leg. Maybe the next Nintendo one, right?
Yeah. Here's the thing: if the NX is a handheld and console hybrid, then people have been talking.
We've seen that before, though.
No, people have been talking, that means, because I've heard people like Per Schneider from IGN and a lot of other industry analysts talk about this concept for at least a year or 2 years, which means that people have been talking, leaks. And so either Nintendo has intentionally been putting that out there so that people begin to discuss it, or this is entirely false, and Wall Street Journal just picked up on these on the concept. Like, cause this I've been hearing about it since 2013. Like, oh, they need to combine their handheld and console units just like the Wii U. Which people might say, well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Well, I say no. What other console's ever done that?
Well, you got remote play on the PS4, right?
And the Vita. My God, if you own a PlayStation 4 and you don't own a Vita, you might as well take that PS4 and just throw it in the garbage because you're not using it, right?
I'm going to go buy a PS4 right after this.
Or you could sell it.
I should have bought it already so we could have it right here.
Yeah, Justin's getting a PS4, I guess.
I'm going to get one, guys, because I'm taking this seriously.
You got to get the PlayStation Plus. Like, you need to get that.
I will. I'll get it.
Okay.
Crap, I had another point, and I forgot what it was.
Yeah. You got a pressure point?
I had a pressure point for you guys today, and I totally lost it.
Okay.
Wait, what were we just talking about? Oh, here's my question.
Yeah.
Does the Wall Street Journal do a lot of game news?
Yeah.
Do they break a lot of stories? Are they credible that way? Is there a good reporter
Wall Street
over there?
Journal has had, they are a credible newspaper.
Well, I know they're credible, but about games?
Well, lately, not as much. They put out some information that just, while I think there's truth in it, did not end up coming to fruition, including the idea that Google was buying Twitch, which was not true. Amazon.
It's a lot of speculation, it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, this is speculation. I think if Nintendo is going to release a handheld console hybrid, they really need to get people to take that handheld out on the road with them, because that's free advertising. When people are like, "Oh, that's really cool. What is that?" And it's like, "Oh, it attaches to my home console." Blah 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 blah. You know,
right?
But how exactly would that work? Like, what is it gonna? Is it gonna go over 4G? And then are you gonna have to get some sort of phone plan to play your Nintendo? I'll go play Mario on the road.
I gotta have AT&T come install this Nintendo for me at my house.
I mean, would the? I honestly can't figure out how it would work. Would you need like separate SD cards for the handheld?
You don't need to think of it. They'll think of it over there.
No,
they're doing all the work for you.
No, they don't. Have you seen what they do lately? Look at the Wii U. They don't think of it. They just put out whatever they think.
Actually, I never saw a Wii U.
A Wii U?
I never even saw it.
You never seen it?
Well, but they're describing...
Imagine a big mistake.
I can imagine that.
That's what it is. I mean, and the question is, will there be a touchscreen with this portable device? I imagine so. So they can be backwards compatible with the Wii U.
How is that any different than the Wii U?
Well,
it's more powerful? Is that the only real big difference here?
I guess, but I mean, just including a screen for the portable, like, it makes more sense that you need a screen for the portable already, so you could make it backwards compatible, you know? Look at the way that the GameCube games actually sold a lot better once the Wii was backwards compatible. Like, people were actually going out and buying GameCube games, which traditionally did not sell very well compared to the PlayStation 2 and even the Xbox in a lot of ways. In software sales.
I guess it'd be cool if you were able to play like your virtual console games on the handheld screen controller.
You mean the NVIDIA Shield?
No.
Where you can just download all the games for free. Nobody.
Yeah, but a lot of people are doing legal things out there, right?
A lot of people are doing illegal things out there too.
Right.
Speaking of which, you want me to connect this?
Yeah, please.
There is a Wii U emulator that just was released, version 1.0 of CMU. That's what they were calling it. And so far, it can only basically boot up title screens, is what they've said. I've seen a little bit of video. It doesn't look great, but it's like, whoa, someone's already doing this? Like, they need to get that NX out as soon as possible, because you just...
Why would someone want to even do that, though?
Because they're a programmer, and they're really excited.
They just want to show off their chops?
They want to get good at it. They want to learn how... Because that's like an educational tool. That's the thing that people don't understand. A lot of these illegal things are actually really educational.
Is it going to be like with like the DS emulators and stuff, though, where one screen just totally is non-functional and you just use the keys like usual?
Well, I'm actually a big proponent of emulators, and
I like them too. You know I do.
Well, generally how these things work, and I want everybody to listen very carefully.
Dr. Collins laying down the law here.
Now, here's what's going to happen. That Wii U emulator is gonna advance very quickly. It's going to work pretty good in the near future. Now, but don't get the misconception that it's going to be 100% compatible and it's going to function perfectly in like 3 years. Because you'll be like, oh my God, they've already got games running on it in like, a year from now. The way that emulators generally work is that it's very easy to like nail down the foundation. But it's getting that final bit of polish that's really difficult. You hear about people, what did I just read the other day when someone's like, hey, why are the cutscenes so bad in Metal Gear Solid 2 on PC SX2? And it's like, well, it's very easy for them to get the base components, but right now they're trying to perfect it. Like, perfect emulation is incredibly difficult. We're just getting there with the Super Nintendo, which requires, a
special...
Oh my God, you need a very powerful computer to perfectly emulate Super Nintendo. You need a very powerful...
that was my next point. I was going to say... they're doing this Wii U emulator already, but I still don't really have a good working N64 emulator.
Well, yeah, it's because you're on Mac.
Oh, those things are crashing on me constantly.
Yeah, well, you're playing Crash and the Boys, so that's probably why, and that's not even a 64
NES game.
Yeah, I know.
We did an episode about it on our other show, The Game Players.
Our other show? You mean your other show?
No, it's we both are on it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I don't have a different co-host every week.
You do all the editing. You do everything, so it's not my show.
I'm not giving you any credit or anything, but we do it together.
So, pay attention to that. NX, what do you want from it? Mario?
I could use a new Zelda game that's actually good. Maybe finally the 3D one that they've been promising us. 3D realistic with blood and cutting heads off and shit. And you got that horse head guy who's always my favorite.
Ganon.
They had. No, not Ganon. What's the horse guy's name? You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, do you not remember last week when I told you we got horns coming in? By the way, you hear these horns?
This is for
Zelda.
It's like, yeah.
If you can't hear this, there's seriously a horn section just going to town underneath us. So I hope we're screwing up as much as they are.
They're just providing a soundtrack for this episode. This is the 100th episode. We brought in a live band.
Yeah, we brought this live band.
The jazz drummer's coming in next.
You can't play in here though. You gotta play over.
We don't have room in the room.
I mean, like, what do you want, like, in terms of a console, not just games? Because you know you're gonna get all those.
All the classic franchises there.
Right.
In terms of a console, I guess the portability would be nice. With
you want the actually handheld console hybrid?
No.
No?
It'd be cool, but I just feel like somebody else will just do it better after they do it. It seems like that's what happens at Nintendo. Like they'll be like,
Don't start nothing.
It's like here's this great idea that we had, and then PlayStation will just be like, oh, okay, we'll just take that and run with it.
You look at that 64 controller compared to the DualShock, it's like, Jesus Christ, they got it way better than Nintendo did.
I like the 64 controller though.
Yeah, but you know you're wrong about that. But
I know I'm wrong about it, but I like it.
64 controller just looks like
there's a very unique feeling to it. It's like playing an old arcade machine or something.
It looks like a sex torture toy.
You could use it for that too.
Okay, cool. Well, that's gonna have to do it for the earth-shattering stories. I'm really enjoying this 100th episode so far.
Hey, I think we've been on our game so far.
Is that pun? Video games.
Video games on fleek.
On fleek. That I can agree with. Seriously, I am on fleek though.
Onward to the next game.
We're returning into like an actual nerdy ass like.
I think we are
video game podcast where it's like, hello, my knights of pressure.
Let's send you out to the third castle.
Come hither towards the castle segment.
We will now afford you lieges these horses for your next stage of the journey.
Up next we have the spell chart and castle talk.
Where all four elements come together to form the chemistry of the bone.
The bone? What the hell? You ran out of steam on that one.
No, I didn't run out of steam.
Okay.
Yeah, I did run out of steam.
We need some steam then.
Steam machines. Oh, here we go.
It's the hype train. That's right. Feel the PR vibrations as we barrel towards Satisfaction Station on the hype train. This is the part of the show where we talk about all the upcoming games and get you hyped up into prime hype so that you run over to the game store and just hand them all your money and then you can afford to eat.
Like Colin does.
On the hype train. All right, let's start off with Star Wars Battlefront. We had the beta recently for Star Wars Battlefront, and some people were saying, you know, it's weird. I never win when I play as the Rebels. And people were saying, well, when I play as the Empire, I never lose. And this was, of course, on the Assault Walker where they had the
AT-AT?
Yeah, they're walking around shooting laser beams. Well, somebody reached out to DICE community manager Matthew Everett and said, hey, does this mean that I suck at your game? And he went, nope, it's just a balancing issue in the beta. So that's something that they are aware of and trying to resolve because people were pissed.
So is the only level in that beta that Hoth level? Is that it?
There's 2 Hoth levels. 2 Hoth. 2 Hoth Widge.
You know, the first time I saw Hoth, maybe in like Rogue Squadron, I think I said this last week.
Yeah.
It was cool, but now I've seen it about 100 times in games. It just
well, no.
I'm like, all right, great, Hoth again. Here we go.
Well, the thing that kind of sucks about Star Wars and video games is that you have to like adhere very much to things that you've already seen. Because if you do anything original,
what about Cloud City?
Yeah, but if you do anything original, it might look too cool. Like if you put those AT-ATs like just floating around in space.
Well, when the new movie comes out, the Abrams movie,
just have them floating around in space shooting lasers. Why don't we ever see an AT-AT in space?
Yeah, or underwater.
Yeah, underwater. Oh, see, there you go.
Yeah,
everybody likes underwater stages.
We'll design your game for you next.
Give us a call.
Oh, so ice. That's Hoth.
Okay.
I was gonna say ice level, but
Ice Hoth, great. Ice Hoth Widge. Also worth noting, they announced 3 new game modes. Hero Hunt, where one player plays as like Luke Skywalker or Han Solo or Darth Vader.
Very stupid.
And 7
Darth Vader isn't a hero.
He was in the prequels. And 7 other characters, other players need to kill you. And if they kill you, they become the hero. So
it sounds like the Freddy Krueger game.
That's Jason Voorhees. And actually, it sounds like Alien vs. Predator. And
what, those horrible movies or the game?
I don't know. Did it just sound better in the headphones too?
I think it sounds good.
But no, it just like I just got a big click where it was like boop. I was like, oh wow.
I think your ears just popped because we're at high altitude up here.
Oh, that's true.
52nd floor, right?
Also, they have a mode called Cargo where you must take stuff and bring it back to your base. So it's basically capture the flag.
I was gonna make a game called Cargo where you drive a car and you pick up people.
That's Smuggler's Run, dude. Already exists. And lastly, they have one called Droid Run where you have to capture these 3 checkpoints that are droids, but the droids are running away from you.
Are you sure it's not like a racing game with droids?
No, I wish it was.
Where you program them to run different ways?
Lastly, about Star Wars Battlefront, they have revealed that you will not be able to, or there will be no dedicated voice chat system in the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or PC version of the game. So no voice chat built in. If you're on PC, you'll have to use some third-party software, and if you're on Xbox One or PlayStation 4, you'll actually need to like create a party.
So I can't do a voice modulator with the Darth Vader mask thing and be like, oh, I'm playing this game. I'm the biggest nerd.
I'm the biggest nerd. You are not the biggest nerd.
We don't get a chance to do that, man.
Dude, the worst thing about Star Wars is now you got all the like 19-year-olds and 20-somethings. They're like, I love the prequels, and now I'm old enough to buy like a T-shirt that shows those shitty robots from Episode 1.
Right, you know, it's about as bad as like Transformers or like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at this point. Or it's just like this thing that gets rehashed over and over and over. For some reason, all these kids growing up now love the same crap we liked that sucked when we were growing up.
Yeah.
It's not like these were ever... Well, the original Star Wars movies are great, but...
Yeah.
Prequels are just a complete bastardization.
I think they mistake acknowledgement as value, where it's like, I know this property. Oh, it must be good then.
It's very readily available for you.
Stupid children. They just follow whatever the previous generation likes. Anyway, Beatles Rock Band, one of my favorite games of all time.
They should just listen to us. Though.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Beatles Rock Band, yeah.
The Beatles, great band. No one else says that.
Well,
our generation really discovered them.
Music is different.
Okay.
Wait, do you like the Star Wars music?
John Williams, baby. Doot, doot. Okay, PC users are finally getting that Xbox One wireless controller adapter. It's going to be released on October 20th, and it will cost you $25. It will enable you, Windows 10 and only Windows 10 users, to connect your wireless controller to your PC, where you may use it, and you get to have all that input lag just like you wanted.
I won't be doing that.
No, me either. I actually use my Xbox One controller for driving in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Your X what one?
Xbox One controller.
Oh, Xbox One.
Whenever I'm driving in Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PC.
I thought you meant in your car. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I'm driving my car around with an Xbox One controller. Don't bring it up. I know what you're going to bring up. We can't talk about Mario Kart here.
Oh, no. I was going to talk about taking the steering wheel off and implanting a console in there, maybe?
Doot, doot. All right. We have another bit of news here. Microsoft marketing executive Mike Nicholas has something to say about Kinect.
Same guy from earlier.
Yeah, it might. No, it's not. It might shock you. We were talking before the show.
I thought you said Mike Nichols.
No. He said, I can say that people with Kinect still make up a very, very sizable portion, and that those people do use it quite frequently. Less for games, but a lot more for biometric sign-in and user interface.
This guy's full of it.
Yeah, I don't doubt that he's right, because they have the data that you turn on the system, and you know they probably can check you online. I actually unplugged my Kinect and just
Kinect
put it
is
away.
really annoying, and there's no reason to use it.
Oh, the Kinect on the Xbox One's great. I'm dead serious. It's really good. I played Dance Central on it, and I played Pharrell Williams Happy, and I learned how to dance on it.
You still want to just play dancing games with the stupid Kinect?
It was really good.
Aren't you over this stuff?
Aren't you an adult?
Haven't you? Well, it's great exercise. We fit all over again. Remember when that was a thing?
Hey, remind me when you want your diaper changed. Just let me know.
Remind me when you want your mom to come pick you up, because I'll call her for you.
Like 3:30.
Okay.
I don't know. I really like the Kinect. I think it actually does a fantastic job of understanding gestures. Where there's some kinks in it, of course, but I think it's a real shame that more people didn't give it a chance.
It's a gimmick.
Everything's a gimmick. It's a video game. Everything's a gimmick in a video game. You got buttons and controllers and flashy graphics.
We've had those for a long time. A gimmick is only if it's sort of new and unaccepted.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it's less of a gimmick because it's been around for 30 years, and that's why we have this show. You know, you got to play it with a controller.
Podcasts are just a gimmick.
Yeah. TV remotes are a gimmick.
All right, Nier, the sequel that we heard about from Square Enix. There's going to be another game, Nier, as the horns join in.
Great, I'm glad it's Nier.
Yeah, so Nier on the PlayStation 4 apparently is actually being almost entirely developed by Platinum Studios, the people behind Bayonetta and most recently Transformers Devastation. According to Yasuhisa Tara, yes, the development is mostly taking place here at Platinum and in our Tokyo office, but we are of course getting help from Square Enix, and the composer for the original game is back to make new music. I hope he's working on music. He's back to make graphics. It's really scary, guys.
He thinks he's a writer now.
I've always wanted to direct. Also, the character design is being done by Akihiko Yoshida, who works on Degeneration. They just combine English words sometimes. So we are borrowing people from other companies, but the majority of development is being done here. That's good news because Square Enix already looks like they got their hands full trying to, work on Final Fantasy 15 as is. So
is this kind of like when Rare made Kinect Sports?
No.
Like, why would we bring in the best company to make this?
This is like Rare making Donkey Kong Country.
What?
Because they're taking
Is it a game? It's not a game, though, right? Nier?
Yes, it's a fucking
I thought you were
game.
talking about that thing that you have on PlayStation that tells you where people are close to you.
Believe it or not, that's only on Vita, and no one listening knows what you're talking about.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah. No one used.
You should have cleared that up before we went on.
I did.
No, you didn't. I still thought you meant that
I
thing.
said, no, it's a game before we started.
What's the game? What do you do?
Yeah, you fight stuff. I don't know. I never played the original Nier. I heard great things, though.
You didn't play it.
No.
All right.
I didn't.
Okay.
Why are you mad at me? You didn't play it. I'm covering the news here.
Well, you play everything. That's why I'm upset.
It came out years ago on the PlayStation 3.
That doesn't mean anything. You play old games.
Okay, fine. I'll make sure I play Nier.
Fucking play it.
All right, thank you, Justin.
All right.
Doot doot. I'm sorry. Doot doot. I had to do the arm gesture because we're on video. Bloodborne is getting a Game of the Year edition, and that will release November 25th, 2015. You are getting yourself a PlayStation 4 soon. I think you might want to...
You know what I was asking you off the air? Is Bloodborne a killer app here?
Yeah. I think it is if you're the right type of person.
How many killer apps are there on that PS4 right now?
That really might be...
You got to win me over here.
That really might be it at the moment.
Really? That's it?
Well, I mean, I love Infamous Second Son, but I know not everybody else did. And by the way, last week's episode talking about, Microsoft should fear the PlayStation.
Yeah.
My God. I want to get this just out here right now because people were
A lot
pissed.
of hate mail.
Oh, my God. People were so pissed. Here's the thing. Go back 50 episodes. When they dropped the price of the Xbox, we had an episode called Sony Should Fear the $350 Xbox.
Some knee-jerk reporting.
We're just flipping. No, shut up. We just flipped the title because it's true. Like, goddamn, people are so mad about that.
People don't understand inside jokes and throwbacks.
And
callbacks.
if you're a PS4 user, why don't you tell me what the killer apps are? Because I doubt you can name really killer app means you need to buy the system.
Yeah,
for this.
exactly.
Because it's like right away. It's like
because I'm buying the system.
Man, Bloodborne's really good, and
Last of Us remastered.
Yeah, you can't play that anywhere else.
Yeah,
Uncharted Collection or
Last Guardian maybe eventually. Right?
No, there's gonna be killer applications, but right now there just aren't. I feel like this falls.
Oh, Rocket League, I guess.
That's on PC, but okay, we'll count it.
Because I'm definitely gonna play the crap out of that.
Go for it.
You won't be able to stop me.
Yeah.
You can watch us play it online together.
Doot doot. Okay, well, Bloodborne. There we go. Here's the game I'm really excited for. Yakuza 5, and the horns are just coming back in here. I wonder if you can even hear the horns.
You should time it out so it sounds like you're coming in when the horns come in.
Yeah. It's going to sound like just a garbled mess.
Yeah,
fuck this studio and fuck the people that are doing this shit.
Guys.
Yeah, fuck everyone else here. Yakuza 5, fucking assholes coming in. That's why we showed up here 5 hours early so that we can get drowned out by horns.
Shouldn't have went to McDonald's.
Yeah. Yakuza 5 has been came out, when was it? Back in 2012. We've been waiting for an American release. We're finally getting it because Sony funded the translation, and it will arrive digitally only on the PlayStation 3, PSN, some point next month in November. They have not nailed down a date. They said mid-November. So if you're a fan of the Yakuza titles, check that out. I still will play through all the Yakuza titles online.
You're the biggest fan of those games.
I just played through one.
You're the biggest. You love them.
Oh, I did. I actually went on my way and bought part 2, and people are like, "Why don't you actually play through the rest of those games?" And I am. The problem was that Twitch, because I was supposed to live stream all of them. Twitch is just absolute garbage. Like, it would just disconnect all the time. No,
why is it called Twitch then? If it sucks so much.
You know, it's funny though. I use YouTube now. Not a single issue. Not a single issue.
Google is better at things.
Google's better than Amazon.
Amazon keeps fucking up.
Yeah.
They're still making a ton of money off all the shit they sell, but all their other
and I'll keep buying everything from there, but they suck.
Everything else they do sucks. It's just, well, actually, no.
I will never stop giving them money, but I do not like them.
Some of their TV shows are pretty good, too.
Okay,
yeah. It's not TV shows.
The movies and the TV shows.
They do movies on there?
Well, the Amazon Prime service is really great, and I really love the value of like buying stuff on there. Shipping is excellent, but I hate
transparent.
Yeah, there you go. Great.
One word.
Yeah, that's an absolute great show. I have not seen one episode.
Not gonna elaborate on it.
No. I just not gonna elaborate on any of this. Yeah, Amazon, you are garbage.
Mozart in the Jungle?
You are garbage, and I love what you do.
Just stop trying to make games and don't do a Twitch thing because it's not gonna work.
Yakuza 5.
Yes.
Mid-November. Doot doot. Oh my goodness. So, some data miners have discovered a listing for The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess for the Wii U eShop. Other people have located, this is more of a rumor, we know for a fact about the Twilight Princess part. Some other people have said that they found the entry as Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD.
Whoa, another remake.
Yeah.
Remastering.
To be fair, like, Nintendo they have remade other games in the past. They have remade things like Ocarina of Time on the 3DS. They have remade games like Wind Waker on the Wii U. They remake all their franchises as long as they start with Zelda.
On the DS.
Yeah, they don't remake any. No, that's what pisses me off.
Yeah.
They don't remake the Mario games that people want. They don't like.
Well, they did 64 on DS. It was pretty good.
Yeah, but like that was whatever. That was a while ago. Why are you just remaking Zelda games? Why don't you actually like remake some things that people actually care about?
Why don't you just make new games? I don't want any more remastered or remakes. I don't care.
Because they are stuck. They're stuck.
They're stuck.
They're stuck.
And people will keep buying it, and they're still going to keep giving like 10s to these games. It's the exact same game.
That's why I'm so worried about this NX thing, because they're going to have more processors and everything. It's like, really? You have so much difficulty making an HD game for last generation? Because that's what the Wii U is. It's last generation's hardware. Now you're going to jump up ahead of these guys? How long is it going to take you? 25 years to make a game? Like, Jesus Christ. You know, I play my Wii U, and I love my Wii U, but like...
Yeah.
Come on.
The Virtual Console is really the biggest draw of that thing, isn't it?
Yeah, just go to Emu Paradise, and you can get the Virtual Console whenever you want.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous. Doot doot. Oh, wait. Oot oot. Twilight Princess.
That game sucks.
It does not suck.
The worst Zelda.
You could say that, but that doesn't mean the game sucks.
6.5.
Out of 10.
And I played that game. Yeah. I wanted to like it. I go into every Zelda game wanting to love it. Like, oh man, this better be good.
Those wolf parts are just
stupid.
So boring.
That's the one I was talking about when I was saying it takes 3 hours to get the sword, where there's all like these useless tutorials. It's like you gotta go fishing before you get the sword. Like, I don't want to go fishing.
Yeah.
It's not even a fun mini. You have fun mini games in there, but that one sucks.
Yeah. Especially when you look at like Wind Waker was the same generation, because that was also released on GameCube.
That game rules.
Well,
I love the Wind Waker.
Wind Waker had some issues.
Of course, yeah.
Trying to control that fucking boat.
I liked sailing though. It was great.
Yeah, but especially when you had to make a sharp turn, it's like, oh boy, here comes 5 songs I gotta play. I'm not saying it was a bad game. I'm saying that there were some tedious elements. But Twilight Princess, I feel like Twilight Princess had really good dungeons, but those wolf parts just dragged on. Like, just take out a game pack and just find out exactly where you're supposed to go if you're gonna play the wolf parts.
The storyline was a little too complicated too.
What are you talking about? It's very simple.
I think you need to simplify Zelda's
What
storylines.
were the Twilight people? Were they from a different dimension?
That's what I mean. I didn't understand what was going on. It should have been easy enough.
And when is Link gonna be in the Avengers?
Ooh. How about a Smash Brothers movie? Ugh.
Ugh.
Sounds terrible.
And
I'd watch it.
Knowing what Smash means in this modern colloquialism, I think that
maybe there'd be some sex in the movie.
Yeah. There's just all Nintendo characters fucking.
Smash.
So, okay, Twilight Princess
Thumbs
HD.
down.
Do you think people... Well, whoa, Greg likes it. He says it's his favorite. Remember that last week's email?
To each their own, my friend.
I'm not trying to shit on Greg, but like, do you think that there is an audience for this?
I think so. I think people they must keep buying these remasters or they'd stop making them, right? I mean, it's easier for them to do a remaster than a new game.
Is that depressing? Yeah, for all we know, they just could be releasing the Wii version on the Virtual Console, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Firewatch. Fire good, according to preview analysts.
Wait, Firewatch, isn't that my virus protection on my computer? Firewall.
Okay. It's apparently like some sort of walking simulation type game.
Been playing another one of those lately.
Yeah. And that's going to be released on the PC and PS4. We finally have a release date for it, February 2016. I'll say it again. I don't mind the term walking simulator because I actually like a lot of those games.
Yeah. Doesn't take anything away from it.
No. I mean, except that there's no cool guns or nothing, which is kind of lame if you think about it.
Yeah, you could give me
like, they could do the exact same game with some cool guns.
But then I would shoot people and the game would be over.
Yeah, solve that
You're
problem.
in jail.
No, don't worry. There won't be anyone around because walking simulators don't have other people to look at. It's always just you by yourself walking around some environment.
Maybe you find like a tree or something at one point. Oh man, a tree.
Whoa.
The leaves are changing colors.
Speaking of walking simulators, doot doot, Allison Road. If I'm not mistaken, Allison Road was that sort of like, I might be getting this totally wrong.
A woman.
No, I thought that was like that remake of,
Abbey Road?
Nah, I don't remember.
It's Abbey Road's
PT,
daughter.
Portable teaser, playable teaser.
Portable teaser.
Playable teaser. It's like that horror game. And Lilith, the studio, has actually canceled their Kickstarter, which they weren't even going to make anyway. Like they weren't
even going to make the Kickstarter.
It didn't look
this
like
page is going to take too long to put up.
Didn't look like it was going to be a success. But that doesn't matter because they actually announced that they have teamed up with Team 17, the publisher behind the Worms games. They're going to publish it, so they don't need to do the Kickstarter anymore.
Way to go, Team 17.
Doot doot. Let's talk about the coolest Kickstarter of the week. My God, Friday the 13th, the game.
Yeah.
This is a game that's being developed by Gun Media. They are looking for $700,000 from Kickstarter. The way the game's going to work is that they are going to actually have 7 camp counselors and 1 person playing as Jason hunting them down. And according to Gun Media, they will not partner with a publisher because they don't want to censor the game. They don't want to change it. They want to keep it as authentic and real to the original movies as possible. Which everyone knows that everything after part 2 is when it really started getting good. Yeah. So that's
exactly. Well, I don't feel like the gore in those movies is gonna shock anybody anymore. Like seeing like a horror movie game, you see that kind of gore constantly in tons of games. Bloodborne's probably gonna be scarier than this game.
I guess some of the effects artists that worked on the movie though are actually gonna work with them.
But it's gonna be CGI. Blood and gore, like you've seen it a million times. Every zombie
game,
don't use Walking
real blood
Dead
in any of these movies. You know that, right? There's no.
Oh, of course,
blood.
It's fake. But why would they think it would be scary? Like, why would they think that would add anything to it? Like, we're gonna have the original effects guys.
I like that you said, "Of course, it's fake." Like you just realized it for the first time. Like, of course.
Jason didn't kill those people. He didn't come back from hell.
These horns. I wonder,
some things are just meant to be.
If people actually hear this stuff, it's hilarious because there's just gonna be music just clashing together.
You know, if they don't hear it, you're just gonna be talking about this shit that's not happening.
To be fair, I've only been doing this for 100 weeks in a row. They didn't know this was coming up.
I've only been doing this for 20 weeks in a row.
I don't think you've been here.
7 weeks.
Maybe. We'll see.
No, more than that.
10.
Probably 11.
Doot doot. All right. Resident Evil might be heading to virtual reality near you, according to Jun Takuichi. He's the head of the Development Division 1.
Guy named June.
He's worked on the most recent Resident Evil titles. He says, "At present, we are focusing our energy on challenging the virtual reality game market. In this terrifying world, you can twist and turn as you like, but there's no escaping the creatures closing in on you until you remove your VR headset and return to reality, that is. We delivered this very experience with our kitchen VR technical demo at E3 2015.
I saw that one. That's what I was telling you about.
I know, but you keep...
Where you make a soup.
Yeah, but it's Capcom that made that. You kept saying it was some random...
No.
Okay. The response was excellent. Currently, we are building a new game development engine able to support VR, which is the hottest market right now. False. No one's buying anything yet.
And it sounds like they're pitching us a movie or something.
It's not out yet. Here's the best part. While simultaneously developing titles for current game consoles, we have just set sail on our latest voyage. Who talks like this? Who talks like this?
Who are they talking to?
Children, I imagine. Small children.
Small children that are going to buy this $400 headset. It's got like 2 games. You know what this is going to be?
Remember that they're remaking Resident Evil 2? Remember when no one talks about that anymore? They announced it and everyone flipped out and then they just stopped talking about it.
And that would be something that I actually would be excited. That's a remake that it's old enough where I do want to see it.
We're all old enough if you think about it.
Old enough for sex.
Doot doot. Guillermo del Toro is still talking about Silent Hills because people keep asking about it. So that means, unfortunately, I have to deliver the message as Guillermo del Toro. Even though I don't want to, but that's what the news demands.
You should put up a picture of him when you're doing the voice.
I might do that.
Yeah, it's funny, good. Right?
We had a great experience. Great story sessions with hundreds upon hundreds of designs. Some of the stuff we were designing for Silent Hills I've seen in games that came after, like The Last of Us. which makes me think we were not wrong. We were going in the right direction. The thing with Kojima and Silent Hills is that I thought we would do a really remarkable game and really go for the jugular. We were hoping to actually create some sort of panic with some of the devices we were talking about, and it is really a shame that it's not happening. When you ask about how things operate, that makes no fucking sense at all that the game is not happening.
Is that what he said?
Makes no fucking sense
Did
at
he really
all.
say that?
He really said that.
What a fucking moron.
I love that we keep making fun of him.
Come on. And he said it would be really remarkable. Like, remarkable is not a great adjective.
Yeah.
Like, that's like a 7 out of 10 kind of word, right?
I just love how this guy is just...
The remarkable Spider-Man. Like, that's not... We're not super excited about that.
Remarkable Spider-Man. Not too impressive, but pretty cool Spider-Man.
7 out of 10 Spider-Man.
7 out of 10 Spider-Man. Brought to you by OK Flakes.
Guillermo del Toro.
It's not that bad.
It looked like it was going to be okay.
Toot toot. Bandai Namco has shut down Rise of the Incarnates. This was a free-to-play fighting game that was available on Steam. You can no longer download it and will shut down December 15, 2015. If you
A lot of people are really upset about this.
Yeah, all 3 of them, because this is probably the first time many of you are even hearing about it.
All 4 of them, Colin.
Way to go, Bandai Namco.
Way down on the Swanee River.
And you know that this was actually developed by the guys that make Soul Calibur.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it a good game?
I guess so. We'll never find out.
I didn't play it. You didn't play it. Nobody played it.
No one gives a shit. It's going away.
Go fuck yourself, Rise of the Incarnates.
Doot doot. They're making a sequel to a game called Styx. It was a stealth game. I didn't really like it. Doot doot. Rocket League is going to add a DeLorean to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Back to the Future.
Anyone who plays that game knows all the cars play exactly the same.
The vans don't.
Yeah, they're all the same. I looked it up.
It feels like I'm going faster.
It feels like it? Well, you're not.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter.
Doot doot. Okay, let's close it out. So we
Wait a second. Let's start over.
Yeah, okay.
All the way from the beginning. This week on the
This week, PRESSURECAST. Beep boop. Beep,
I don't know how to talk anymore.
Let's actually list off what's coming out this week, as this is how we like to close out the hype train. We are in the front seat of the hype train. We can see that the emergency brake is right there, where we are going to talk about what other games are going to be coming out this very week. Screech. On Tuesday, we have Dragon Ball Z Extreme Budokan on the 3DS, followed by Guitar Heroes Live, which will be available on the PS3, Wii U, Xbox.
Lame.
I'll be doing a first hour of it. Who knows if it'll ever make it to YouTube, because the Rock Band video never got to YouTube, even though I recorded it, because they're like, you have 5 or 12 licensed songs.
Okay. I
know. That has a 6-button controller. I'm really looking forward to it. Apparently, it's going to feel like you're making chords. So
wow.
I know. We also have the Episode 5 Polarized of Life is Strange, which is available on a lot of different systems.
Yay.
Tales from the Borderlands Episode 5, closing out the series, which is available on anything with a screen and an internet connection at this point. Just Dance 2016, which is available on anything with a screen and an internet connection these days.
You can play with the Kinect, probably.
It's available on the Wii.
Wow, even the Wii?
The Wii. The original Wii.
Oh, what? What?
Also, the multiplayer game Primal Carnage will be available Tuesday on the PC and PlayStation 4.
Is that a sequel to Primal Rage?
It's got dinosaurs.
So it's kind of like Primal Rage.
On a mysterious island overrun with prehistoric monsters, you could choose to fight as a variety of legendary dinosaurs or to join the human mercenary team armed with unique distinctive.
Oh, did you see that they announced a new Godzilla vs. King Kong movie?
Yeah.
You saw that?
Is that going to be unique distinctive?
Yeah, it probably will be.
Same. Someone at the... Okay, put down the thesaurus and work on that. Primal Carnage Extinction. Yeah. Extinction Dead. Code Realized Guardian of Rebirth visual novel that will be released on the Vita, and Tales of Celestria, which is another entry in the Tales series, which Justin will probably want to play when he gets his PS4. You like Tales games?
Not really. They're okay.
You fucking dipshit.
There might be something better than
on
that.
Friday, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which is the first time we've seen the Assassin's Creed franchise in at least a few months, will be released on the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and
PlayStation,
and PC. Pay stations. Pay up if you want to play games. RPG Maker MV. Yeah, they're still making those. It's going to be on the PC and Mac. And lastly, The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes on the 3DS.
Which I was playing a little bit the other day. It's fine.
Well, you have to play with friends, dumbass.
Yeah, it seems like it might be better with friends.
Get some fucking friends, loser.
You want to play?
No.
Colin, do you have time to play that game with me?
No.
You want to play the Yokai Watch game now?
Would you like to fight Apollo Creed for the belt or whatever he says?
Are you mad about the new Apollo Creed movie?
No, it looks great. I just like that part where Rocky gets offered to fight Apollo Creed and he just looks at the ground and he goes, "No." It's so good.
I like the part where he's talking to that snake at the beginning. Which movie? Is it Rocky 2?
I don't know.
He's got all these. No, I think it's Rocky 1 because they're trying to show you how pathetic he is.
It's the turtle. It's Cuff and Link. It's the turtles.
Oh.
Yeah, I know my Rocky.
There's like a dog in the second one, right?
Yeah, Butt Kiss.
Damn, you do know your Rocky.
I like Rocky.
Oh, hey, doggy, how's it going today?
What do you? Oh, hey, I'm an old man. A dog. Time to fight Apollo Creed.
I try to do an old man voice. I can't do it, but my Rocky voice.
You can't win, Rock. I think we should close out this segment.
Yeah,
That's going to do it for the Hype Train. Stay tuned after this. Guys, it's been 100 episodes of the Pressure Cast, and I'm amazed that anybody listens to this, let alone the numbers that keep on growing. But one of the ways we want to keep on growing...
keep growing.
I'm not editing this, by the way, because this is the 100th episode.
This
is raw and this is real.
Eddie Murphy.
I'm dead serious, guys. One of the ways you can really help us out is if you go to iTunes. I know you hear this from a million different podcasts. Go to iTunes and please give us a 5-star review and a written review. You can write whatever you want. You can say PressureCast sucks 5 stars. That's fine by me because when you do that, more people are able to find the podcast.
Or just put the name of your favorite game.
Yeah, do it.
Dynasty Warriors 5.
Yeah,
that's the whole review.
5 stars. That's fine by me. Here's the thing. We keep getting people discovering the show. I don't know how it is because on iTunes we only have 4 stars. We got review bombed, early last year, and I always
that was a tragic day.
That was it was like whatever. Okay, that's how people.
No, it was tragic. It was like September.
And a lot of them were just like Colin sucks. So you can write Colin sucks. Just give us 5 stars. I don't care.
You can even write Justin sucks, but I'll get pissed off.
Yeah, you'll get real riled up about it.
Not like Colin, where he has no ego.
Seriously, you just go to iTunes. 5 stars, a written review. It would really help us out because I love making this show, but I want more people to hear it. And somehow we do get more listeners. We keep getting more listeners.
We're not in it for the money, guys.
Ratings are going up every week, but we want it to increase more. And let me tell you, I remember when I used to listen to this one podcast, no joke, and they're like, just go to iTunes and give us 5 stars. And finally one week I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. And then the next week it was their last episode. They're like, no one's listening. We have to stop. I'm like, oh my God.
Those guys are quitters.
And honestly, I'm not going to stop no matter what. But because I want you to listen, if you don't give me 5 stars in a written review, I will stop. Yes,
we're gonna make you stop listening if you don't give us 5 stars.
Yeah, we're going to Patreon. You gotta buy the episodes then. So your support is really going to help us out. Go to iTunes, just write a review, 5 stars. Really help us out. Help us combat the review bombing we had earlier this year. Makes it sound like a terrorist attack. We had a review bombing
in the studio. It happened at the studio.
Yeah,
we opened this letter.
Yeah, real serious business here. But seriously, dead serious. 5 stars, iTunes. Please, guys, love you.
Just serious. Do it for Colin.
Please, love you. Mew.
Don't do it for me. Do it for Colin.
We're ending the segment. Stop talking. Welcome back to the show. 100th episode, Pressure Cast, going strong here. So, what do you say we talk about the games we've been playing here?
Oh, yeah. I've actually been playing some shit.
What have you been playing?
I've been playing Steins Gate on the Vita.
Are you afraid of the microphone now?
No, I'm not. I'm just getting used to it again.
Okay. What, you want to bring it forward? Yeah, no, bring it forward. I don't care. Do whatever you got to do. Steins Gate? What is that? Is that where you...
It's a anime series that was turned into a visual novel on the Vita. But it's about time travel. And you start off at the beginning. You're just this crazy guy living with these two, with this chick and this computer hacker guy in this room, and you have like this little studio, and you're just working on these bullshit inventions, and you're like, this shit is never gonna go anywhere.
It sounds like my life already.
Yeah, you got like a humidifier is like your most recent invention. You're like, this shit sucks. And you have like a microwave with a phone taped onto it. And you're like, yeah, this is never gonna go anywhere. And then suddenly you get in touch with this time traveler guy and this message board, but it plays out really slowly, and you're like. Eventually, you start getting embroiled in like this sort of time travel-y sort of scheme stuff, and the science behind it is pretty good. Although time travel obviously is impossible.
Theoretically,
they say
it's totally possible. Theoretically, you just need to go across the universe like really fast.
They say in the future, CERN takes over the world, and they call it CERN, which is they switch it SERN instead of CERN.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's some great. I've been learning a lot of random physics shit from this game,
but it's just a visual novel, right?
Pretty much. The only gameplay elements is you have to answer your phone occasionally and respond to emails.
So don't spoil the story too much, but so kind of a slow burn in the beginning and it picks up?
Yeah, it definitely picks up around like the 8-hour mark, which is a time commitment for a lot of people. It's about 35 hours long.
That's a work day.
That is a work day.
I got to call in sick so I can see the time travel part.
I think it's worth it, but we'll see. I'm not done yet. I'm just now getting kind of into it.
I don't know if you noticed how your voice cracked there, but it sounds so insincere. I think it's worth it.
I'll let you guys know next week. Next week I'll be playing a PS4. I'm never going to finish this game, am I?
Dude, you're going to love it. You're going to love that PS4.
I'm going to love it. What else have I been playing? I played Triforce Heroes a little bit.
Yeah.
I already touched on that. It seems okay. The game's not broken or anything. It feels like the same old Zelda to me, which is kind of what they were going for.
Were you playing online with people?
No, I haven't done that yet.
Okay.
I was just playing the trial version too. I don't know if it'll be different when the real one.
I hope it is.
I kind of do too, because I'm a little nonplussed about it.
Yeah. Well, we'll play Yokai Watchbusters instead.
Yes, please.
I just found out that the game we're getting isn't even Yokai Watchbusters, Red Cat Team, White Dog Squad. We're getting the one from 2013. I've been wrong about everything about this series.
Well, why don't we even play it then? Why do we even
Because it looks really good.
Okay, we'll play it.
Okay, I'm excited for it. Let me go real quick through the games that I've been playing. Dragon Quest Heroes, The World Trees.
World's Treat?
The World. It's like the San Francisco treat, but just on a bigger scale. Dragon Quest Heroes, The World Trees, Woe, and The Blight Below. This is on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3. Currently, I think it's only on the PlayStation 4. This is basically a I forget what they call them, but it is from Omega Force, the same guys that make Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors. Except this time they're working in the Dynasty. They're working in the they're working in the Dragon Quest
universe.
Yes,
Megaverse.
Why couldn't they call it Dragon Warrior? You know how perfect that would be, just like they called them on the NES.
Or Dragon Sea Warriors.
Dragon Sea. Well, that might get a little confusing.
It's not a Sea Warrior game.
No, it's essentially a much smaller scale Dynasty Warriors game where you're confined to smaller environments, and the graphics are just gorgeous in this game. It looks just wonderful. Akira Toriyama's art looks wonderful. You know him.
Akira Toriyama.
You know, he was the guy from Dragon Ball Z.
Akira Toriyama.
Toriyama, whatever. The guy looks like the biggest nerd ever if you've ever seen him.
Yeah, he does.
So he did the Dragon Ball Z series, and he also worked on the art for the original games, and that translates just beautifully. Seeing these characters in 3D and some pretty fast action, just gorgeous. You learn different spells. It actually is a pretty deep version of a Dynasty Warriors games, which always had those components of switching out your weapons, but this feels far more inviting, and the characters have a lot more humor to them than you would see in most of their series. The only issue I have is that there is a bit of a frame rate issue. It does dip.
There usually is in those games, right?
Yeah, but they didn't really have that issue with Hyrule Warriors, the Nintendo game, so I thought that they would be able to carry that over. And
maybe they figured their shit out finally.
Yeah, and Samurai Warriors 4 on the PlayStation 4 didn't really have those issues, so I don't know. It's just kind of a shame, but it's okay. I think you really have to be in the mood for one of those types of games, but it's not my favorite of the Warriors series. I still really like Samurai Warriors and Hyrule Warriors. Those are my favorites because they're super fast. But the spell system is interesting, and having different playable characters, it's fun. It is fun, and the story is pretty cool. It's all the monsters are living peacefully with the humans, but then a spell turns all the monsters against them. So
So which Dragon Warrior characters can you play as? Is it characters from earlier games? Or?
No, they're original characters.
Okay.
And you meet a bunch of different personalities that are really funny. So, and you have I don't know, you have some monsters that are your friends. It's pretty cute.
It sounds cute.
If you're into the franchise, I think you'll really like it. Either franchise, I think you'll enjoy it quite a bit. Also played Wasteland 2 Director's Cut, which is the game that Justin needs to go and buy with his PlayStation 4.
Is it a killer app?
No.
Why do I keep asking you that?
No. What this is it is made by, you probably heard about this last year because it was released on the PC. This is a Kickstarted sequel to Wasteland, which involved some of the original creators of Fallout. They made Wasteland and they made Fallout. And the way that it plays out is it's like the original Fallout games where it's, third quarter portrait isometric game. You walk around the world, you find quests where it's kind of like, oh my god, our plants are going crazy and killing people, come in here.
Classic RPG setup.
Yeah, but the combat involves your team of 4, and it plays out a lot about cover and having certain percentages, so it's kind of like XCOM meets an open world.
Boy, I like that.
Oh, it's a very good
like
game.
The original XCOM or the new one where they just spawn everywhere?
Like the new one, you don't know where they're going to come from, so you do need to take advantage of everything. And the way they start you off is you got a guy with a sniper rifle. You can customize your start off team, or you can just have it pick it for you. I let it pick it for me, so I had a sniper rifle, an assault gun, a pistol, and a guy with a knife. And I got my ass kicked in one battle. You could check it out in the first hour. And then I said, okay, screw this. So I hit retry, and there's very generous checkpoints. So I hit retry, and I played through it again and just annihilated that team. So it really is learning.
Are the levels randomly generated, or?
No, they're actually very well designed levels. And so lots of side quests, lots of cool stuff you can do. I guess the game's over 60 hours long. I really only had a chance to play the first hour and a little bit after that, but I really enjoyed that game.
I would probably play it. Sounds good.
I think you should watch the video because I think that'll give you a better taste of.
I've been watching your videos lately.
Oh, wonderful. Real quick, Talos Principle. That's another game that was released on PC last year. It's now the deluxe edition on the PlayStation 4. It's essentially a game similar to Portal, a first-person puzzle-solving game, which I'm a huge fan of that genre.
Me too.
And you just basically mess around with objects. There's a bunch of different weapons. There's like gun turrets and these floating balls that try and kill you, but there's also these shields that are blocking you from entering areas. And you get these things that are called blockers so that you can turn off the shield or you can turn off the bomb. You know, you're balancing that out where it's like, okay, well, I'll turn off the shield. That'll allow the floating bomb to roll towards me, and then I'll turn on the shield again so that I can sneak around to this environment. You know, it's a puzzle-solving game. Mm-hmm. Nothing much I can really say about it except for that it kind of questions...
questions everything you know.
Well, it questions the relationship between artificial intelligence and creators, so it's actually pretty good, you know.
That's always a nice theme for a sci-fi piece there.
It's also got the coolest cover of any game in the recent years, which is a small white kitten in the hands of like a skeletal robotic hand, like petting this kitten. It's really eerie. It's super cool.
Don't judge a game by its cover.
There's another game called Grand Ages Medieval. It's a real-time strategy game that is on the PlayStation 4. It is awful.
That title sounds like it would be on the Facebook.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It's a Zynga game.
Yeah, learn how to actually optimize your game for consoles or don't really say at all. Terrible user interface, and also bad audio design. Corpse Party, Blood Drive. It's a visual novel on the PlayStation Vita. It was okay. I don't know. Go take a look at the video.
I hear that if you play the earlier ones, it'll probably be better.
Yeah, that's what I hear too. And lastly, the one that I'm probably going to, I don't know, either I'm going to review it or I'm not going to review it. I don't know if I'm going to have time, is Yoshi's Woolly World on the Wii U. I've made no bones about it that I'm not the biggest fan of the Yoshi series. I find them to be moronic and
Yoshi's
childish.
Island, the original one?
That was a great game. All the other ones suck. This is a game that it kind of takes a lot of cues from Kirby's Epic Yarn. It is a yarn-based world, and the graphics are actually very pretty, and everything's made out of yarn. It's very cool looking. Essentially, the evil wizard guy from the Mario games flies up and turns all the Yoshis into yarn. It's terrifying, and you have to go and collect them and rebuild them, and while fighting bosses. Instead of having eggs, you have yarn balls that follow you. So, and they vary in size depending on how big the enemies are. And you will you'll find like a wall that you can't get past that has a little knot on it. So you use his tongue and he'll unravel the wall. You know, everything's made of fabric, and it's very interesting, cool looking. But it basically plays identical to the original Yoshi's Island, with the exception that you get these badges. There's a currency system in the game, and you unlock these badges that allow you to use an ability for one stage. So, for instance, Yoshi can spit watermelon seeds. You can unlock unlimited all-you-can-eat watermelon for one stage. Yeah, that's what they call it. All you can eat watermelon. Funny. So everywhere you go, there's a floating watermelon that you can just eat, so you can spit seeds, or you can say, "Oh, don't take any damage from fire." You know, so it makes the game a little bit easier for you. The difference between this and Yoshi's New Island and basically all the other Yoshi games is that this is actually not a bad game. It's actually pretty good. It plays a lot. The thing about it that the other games lack so much is that it creates a mechanic. It introduces it to you. You play it. And then by the end, it challenges you progressively, and then the stage ends once you've reached all those challenges. So every stage is essentially introducing a new puzzle for you to solve, and that's been lacking in all the other Yoshi games, where it kind of half-asses it, and it's like, okay, go do whatever. Okay, have fun, kids.
Yeah.
Just walk right and never think about it. Like for instance, when they introduced the watermelon, the whole stage is based around you using those watermelon seeds in a certain way. Or there's stages that are based around bubbles, where you can pop the bubbles. So you have to learn how to navigate through these floating bubbles. It's really, it's really obvious things that you see in other Mario games, but you don't see this level of care in most other Yoshi titles. So I think if you're just looking for like a little buffer between, the next really good platformer from Nintendo, it's not bad. There's transformation stages as well, where Yoshi will transform into an umbrella or a boat or a motorcycle, and those are really fun stages. They're a little bit more fast-paced.
Sounds a lot like Kirby that way, huh?
Yeah, the only issue is that the frame rate really takes a hit on these faster stages.
Oh,
it's quite noticeable. But searching around environments, trying to find the hidden flowers and the what do you call it there? The Yoshi yarn bits, so you can rebuild Yoshis. If you find all 5, you can actually rebuild the Yoshis. You get to play as them, even though they all play identically. It'll be like Watermelon Yoshi or...
Oh, I see.
Just random names for different Yoshis.
Stamper Yoshi?
Yeah, and there's just really interesting stages. Like one of them was a candy stage where they had Oreo cookies. And when you...
The real Oreos?
No, it was like the ones where it's got the vanilla and the chocolate cookie. And you jump on the chocolate, and the vanilla part would unfold, and so the whole stage was designed around that. And eventually, when you try and find all the yarn bits,
yep,
shut up. When you try to find all the yarn bits, you would actually have yourself blocked out of some environments if you didn't know which order to jump on the cookies. Like you need to get to a higher platform, but some of them will actually, stop you from reaching a different platform. It was really cool. So it's actually kind of challenging. There is a mellow mode. I think it's actually a pretty decent Yoshi game, and so there you go. Like I'm not a Yoshi hater. The game's for Yoshi now. That's like 2 against 9. Even Yoshi.
Well, I like Yoshi's Cookie puzzle game on NES. It's a sweet game.
I mean, your sarcasm is appreciated, Justin. But
it's a great. You don't like that game?
So Yoshi's only had 2 good games at this point.
I count 3.
What about Yoshi on the NES? You like that one?
No, I hated that one.
Yep, that's what I thought. So seriously, I'd say take a look at it. If you watch my first hour, I walk away being like, this is okay, but it's not that great. But that's just because the first hour is teaching you the base mechanics of Yoshi, and then it's the next stage that's like, oh, here's a new idea. Oh, here's a new idea. Oh, here's a new idea. And sometimes it doesn't always pay off, but for the most part, I do like taking the extra few steps to actually discover where those hidden yarn and flower things are. It's actually fun.
Speaking of paid off, did they pay you off to give a good review to this Yoshi game?
Oh, that's the only reason I give good reviews.
Okay, good.
Because they give me money. Just cut this part of the show for me. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it? Are you
Same sound effect we use for everything.
Are you using iChat? What is it?
Oh, a new message here. I gotta check that out. Boom. I'm gonna send a quick response.
Dude, some people actually use iChat still, which just blows my fucking mind.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Okay. Whatever.
I'm more of a Skyper myself.
Listen, the show is going to fall apart. We're going to have technical issues sooner or later, so we might as well get out of here.
We haven't had any issues yet. Oh, where are we going to go? That's what I meant to say.
Well, we're locked inside here today doing the video, so...
Let's just imagine a world that has an outside.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where there's trees with greens living on them.
Wow, you mean maybe a place that talks about financial... recent developments in the financial world. Maybe...
Oh, wait. I can see it now.
A place like... The Chart Park.
Hey, yeah, the Chart Park.
Where money grows on trees. Yes, the Chart Park. This is the part of the show we find out which fat cats of Wall Street will tip their top hats towards Lady Luck as we discuss all the business and financial and legal news happening in the video game industry. Starting it off with Sony. They have acquired a company called Soft Kinect. What is Soft Kinetic?
I'm on the edge of my seat here. What is it?
Well, Soft Kinetic is a software creator that works on gesture recognition. In other words, if you use a Kinect, you're already using gesture recognition.
Yes.
It's paying attention to you. Now, they are entering more into the VR space, so maybe this might have something to do with it. According to Soft Kinetic, they are working on developing the next generation of range, image, sensors, and solutions, not only in the field of imaging, but for the broader sensing-related applications as well. Well,
so not just video games, huh?
I don't know.
Sounds like they're trying to apply it more broadly.
I don't know.
Maybe there's like a password to open your door when you get home. Like you gotta like do a little circle with your hand or something.
I would do
that must be him.
I would do the ZZ Top, just the arms around the guitar or whatever.
Or the DX every time.
You gotta wear a guitar when you're doing it.
Yeah. You can only get in my room if you do the guitar thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, time to tell somebody that, oh, the door's open, just do the guitar thing.
Yeah. You have girls over like, oh man, this door won't open. What if I do one of these?
Well, if you do one of those, you're definitely going to have, plural girls over because they'll be like, wow, that is amazing.
Look at your high security door system.
I'm not sure exactly what Sony's going to do with this, but maybe they might try and mimic something like the Kinect for VR. That wouldn't surprise me.
They definitely need that because VR at this point, I think you're still holding controllers while you have the headset on.
Yeah, it's lame. Moving over to Square Enix, the CEO of Square Enix Europe, Phil Rogers, has been discussing the idea of crowdfunding localized games. In other words, there are games in Japan that some American users and European users would like, but that's going to cost them some money. So what are they going to do? They might actually just flip the bill over at Kickstarter, a version of Kickstarter, mind you. Here's what he had to say. I think it's a really interesting idea. I would love to try and work with that to find a way, because ultimately we want to satisfy the demands of the fans. I think also our fans are very rational. They understand, and if we explain things, they often go, oh, I get that now. Thanks for explaining. They know it's complex or very expensive, and it's not as simple as you say as using Google Translate. That guy might need some Google Translate.
Yeah, I think he just got Google Translated, actually. That's why it came out like that.
Yeah.
So what he's saying is that he thinks that we eat up everything that he says. Because I'm calling bullshit on him all the
I
time.
don't think he said that. What the hell?
Yeah, he said, you know, when we...
That motherfucker!
He was like, when we explain it, people get it. Well, I don't think you explain things very well all the time, dude.
I understand. I think what he's trying to say is like, hey, you want us to, like... Here's the thing. Would you...
Like, we want more of your money. That's what he's saying.
Would you spend... would you kickstart a game that you really wanted out of Japan? Like, you know, if
I couldn't do it by myself. I need a lot of money.
If they were going to make Earthbound 3...
They already are, though.
Yeah, for the Wii U, like for American users, would you spend an extra like $20 or something? Okay.
Somebody else would spend it for me. I don't need to spend it.
Great.
I'm not going to vote. Somebody else will vote.
Good. Vivendi. You might remember Vivendi because they actually owned Activision before Activision went independent from them. There you go. They've actually purchased stock in Ubisoft and Gameloft. Apparently, they have purchased 6.6% in Ubisoft, and they have purchased 6.2% in Gameloft, which Ubisoft alone was over 140 million euros in that purchase, and $20 million over in Gameloft.
So they bought Gameloft,
which immediately rose their stock price in both companies by
from 0 up to like
in the mid-teens and upper.
Oh.
It was actually rather impressive. Vivendi is in the business of investing in games companies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because buying Gameloft, that seems like investing in a fire.
I don't see. Here's the thing. Maybe Gameloft is more attractive than we know because they have been shutting down studios, but maybe
we hear about them every week.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Maybe they just understand that they need to shut down those studios to remain profitable. For all we know.
Are they firing people or just? We don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Then who's working on their game? Do they have any games?
I don't know.
All right, we'll worry about this.
Both
later.
companies will remain independent, so don't worry about that. Moving over to Metal Gear Solid 5. Here's some hyperbole for you, but it made the round, so I thought it was worth mentioning. Apparently, Metal Gear Solid 5 had a better opening day than The Avengers: Rise of Ultron. I'll tell you this much. Age of Ultron. Rise of Ultron.
It doesn't matter.
Age of Ultron is a bad movie, by the way.
There is a god because this thing happened.
Yeah, seriously. Apparently, Metal Gear Solid made $179 million compared to The Avengers, $84 million. And that's global.
Wait, did you see Jurassic World?
No.
I think it was about as bad as Age of Ultron, but I think it made even more money. Let's not even go into this right now.
PRESSURECAST@gmail.com. Tell Justin how you feel about his dumb opinion of Jurassic World.
It's really bad. Really bad.
Oh, yes.
It's more enjoyable than Age of Ultron, though. Didn't make me mad.
Let's skip through some sales numbers right quick. Arma 2, the realistic
What? Since when?
Arma 3, the realistic army game that, of course, there's the war is... oh, my God.
The war is over, or what? Is it still going?
DayZ was based off of Arma 2. Arma 3 is the sequel to that. It sold over 2 million units.
Is this the war that precedes DayZ?
Batman Arkham Knight and Mortal Kombat X have each sold 5 million units, according to Warner Brothers. Which, I gotta admit, I thought that Batman would do a little better.
Yeah.
But, then again, I guess the game's kind of on fire when it comes to the PC and everything, so that might be a good reason.
It'll probably just keep selling steadily for a while, though, right? It's a name recognition.
Star Citizen has passed 1 million backers, raising over $92 million.
Is that a Star Tropics sequel?
No. There's already a sequel to Star Tropics. It's not very good.
Oh.
I know. They introduced 8-way direction, which kind of ruined the game. That's why that horn's playing in the background.
Yeah, that...
You know, I'll drown you out. You don't like Star Tropics too, huh?
So what's the Star Citizen thing? Sorry.
Star Citizen? Oh my god, it's like the most successful Kickstarter ever. It's
why is it so successful?
Because you explore the universe and you got a ship. You actually have to buy your own ship. It's kind of like EVE Online on crack.
Is that where you design all the aliens and stuff?
No, that's Spore from like 10 years ago.
No, not Spore. There's another one that you do that.
Just look it up. There you go. $92 million. GameStop apparently will be closed on Thanksgiving. So good news to all those employees there. According to GameStop, they just want to have people that work there spend time with their families. Same with
what, they got a union?
No.
Let's bust that GameStop union.
Okay. They're gonna get Mario to just jump up and bust the union.
Well, what are we gonna do now on Thanksgiving? Usually what we do is we go cruising for games. That's what we call it.
We go cruising on Thanksgiving.
Cruising for games on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
We did it 2 years ago.
Cruising for a smoozin'.
Yeah, now we're gonna have to get a smoozin' instead.
Yeah.
That's not gonna be nearly as fun as games.
More like an explosion.
Well, maybe a locally owned game castle will be open.
Actually, Game is the name of a company over in the UK. They sell games. They're actually owned by GameStop, the same exact company. Apparently, they haven't been doing quite as well because their last financial year, they only pulled in £38 million compared to the year prior, which was £39.8 million.
Think about what I could do with those kind of pounds.
If I'm not mistaken, actually, Game disappeared. They went under, and then they had to get bought out by GameStop and reopen all their stores. So, you know.
Don't let their employees off on holidays.
Why?
No reason.
Why are you saying these things?
I have no idea. I got no opinion on this, so that's why.
Let's go over to the top 10 best-selling games in the UK from the UK Game Charts and blessed by the Queen.
Goody, goody.
Number 10 is Rock Band 4.
Okay.
Off to a slow start for Rock Band, I guess. Number 9 is NBA 2K16. Guess you want to play those European leagues, huh?
I guess so. Or maybe it must be getting kind of big over there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Number 8 is Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Number 7 is Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. Number 6 is Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 5 is Forza Motorsport 6. Number 4 is Lego Dimension. Number 3 is Destiny of the Taken King. Number 2 is Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection. And number 1 is FIFA 16.
I just can't get a good grasp of the gamers in the UK. I don't know.
Well, it's those heavy accents, really.
Yeah, well, I like those accents. They make me want to watch their videos.
Me too. Oh, I'm looking at a video game, oi.
I'm not the best at this one yet.
Oi, I'll get you, oi. On just the first stage of Super Mario Brothers chasing after a Goomba.
That requires finesse to do that move.
That's it. Now it's starting to sound like my videos. Let's go over to the cursed land of trains to find out where are the 10 best-selling games in Japan. Number 10. See, that's right. That's damn UK accents. Number 10 is Splatoon. Number 9 is Chibi Robo Ziplash on the 3DS. Number 8 is Picross 3D 2, because you always need more Picross.
Picross, right?
Number 7 is Tokyo Xanadu. Remember that on the PlayStation Vita? We talked about that last week.
Yeah, it was the Olivia Newton-John musical.
Number 6 is Pro Evolution Soccer 2016. Number 5 is FIFA 16, so I guess those soccer games are butting up against each other. They're going to say, I've only done 100 episodes. Maybe I'll get better next week. Number 4 is Super Mario Maker. Number 3 is Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection.
Huh.
I know, go figure. Number 2 is Proy.
That's very British.
What is happening to me?
Roy. You did that accent. Now you can't get it back together.
Number 2 is Pro Yaku Famitsu Returns from Bandai Namco. And number 1...
I'm ready.
Is Yokai Watchbusters Red Cat Team White Dog Squad?
Whoa, it shot all the way up to number 1, huh?
I know, with a bullet.
Maybe we'll get a real version of it, not the 2013.
It's going to be fine.
I'll play it anyway.
Great. Let's check out where the best-selling consoles over in Japan. Here we go. PlayStation 4 with 30,349. New 3DS LL with 17,856. PlayStation Vita with 14,368. Wii U with 11,594. New 3DS with 4,031. PlayStation 3 with 1,929. I knew I was going to screw. I always screw up at least once. At least once. 3DS with 1,131. PlayStation Vita TV with 670. 3DS LL with 548. And in last place,
here we go.
Actually doing pretty good this week. Xbox One with 224.
They're up like 80 from last week.
I know. They're doing so good. And that's going to do it for the Chart Park, the land where money grows on trees. Okay. We're going to be back with Pocket Talk, Idiot of the Week, and Strong History. So stay tuned. Hey guys, long time no talk. So, remember earlier when I said you should really go to iTunes and give us a 5-star review and also write something in there?
I remember that.
Yeah, it's been almost an hour and I'm not seeing any reviews
I was
yet.
getting around to it. I was making a sandwich.
Yeah, you put that sandwich down, you pick up that phone. Here's the thing, guys. I understand some of you guys don't want to use iTunes. That's okay. I don't mind. Please create a profile and give us a 5-star review. Hey, you see somebody on the street with an iPhone? Say, excuse me, can I borrow that? Pick it right up. Go into iTunes. Give us 5 stars in a written review. We want this show to be discovered by more people. The ratings get better every week, but we know that so many people enjoy this show that more people will enjoy it. That's the theory, right? If people like it and they keep coming back.
Am I me again?
You're me.
Yeah. That's the theory, that they'll keep coming back and the show will keep getting better.
Yeah, we want more listeners. We want more,
The more people who listen, the better the show gets, because then I put more work in.
Yeah, because right
and
now
it's not just Colin on his own.
Yeah, it's me out here against the world, guys, and I could really use your help. So please go to iTunes, give us a 5-star review, and write something along with it. Because if you have a written review and a score, it really helps us out. Like I said, we had some people over the course of literally like 2 days give us all 1-star reviews. It's like, okay, that was organized.
Or you know what, too, though? They can just subscribe, too, if they haven't subscribed yet.
Everybody subscribes, dude. I'm not worried about it.
That's nice, though. The more subscribers, the better. That's what I say.
I don't care. I just want the reviews.
And watch the videos on YouTube, too, and comment on our YouTube.
Yeah.
Maybe like it on YouTube. That's got to do something.
Sure, but the iTunes part is where...
Just interact, man. That's what I'm saying.
Most people find us on iTunes.
Why are we arguing about this?
We've already got the listeners at iTunes. They just need to write a review, and that would help us out. Please. Please.
And we'll send you...
And I've got a very sick cat, so you've got to do this.
It's in a carrying case.
Yeah. Oh, this poor cat. It says that if all the little boys and girls out there would give us a 5-star written review on iTunes, it's going to feel better.
For some reason, I just know that's true. It came to me in a dream.
Or dog, whatever one you prefer. I don't care.
I think it's a cat. But
okay, great.
Maybe I just prefer a cat, right?
All right, guys. Thank you so much for checking out the 100th episode. Now let's get back to the show.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Shut up. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Yeah, man, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling it right now.
Feeling it? The alpha brain's kicking in?
Oh, my goodness. It's just, I can feel it in my blood. I can feel it in my blood.
I don't even need alpha brain. I already have alpha.
You don't eat alpha brain.
I don't even need it.
It's not cereal.
No, I mean, I've already got my brain is already on fleek.
Oh, shit. Brain on.
At this point of the podcast, we've established a deep rhythm.
Yeah, a deep rhythm of hard P's. Oh my God. Okay, enough of that. It's time for a. How do I even introduce this?
How do you transition into this?
I'm so out of my
element. What segment are we in now?
Okay, great. Yeah, it's time for big talk in a small world. That's right. It's time for pocket talk. Pocket talk. Pocket talk.
I'm just a little guy.
We did have. We actually have a few stories in pocket talk, unlike the other weeks.
Yeah.
Ninetech, the studio that's going to be developing Pokemon Go, the upcoming mobile game that's centered all around those gosh darn Pokemon, has had its first round of funding and has received over $20 million from Google, Nintendo, the Pokemon Company, as well as other investors.
Wait, those are the exact people you would expect to be putting money into this project in the first place, though, before funding.
Yes. Well, John Hank, he is the CEO of Ninetech, had this to say: the Pokemon Company, Google, and Nintendo are incredible investors and strategic partners to help build the next chapter for Ninetech. We will be using this capital to continue the development of Pokemon Go, to evolve and grow Ingress and its thriving global community, and to build out our real-world gaming platform. Good news for them. I mean, this is more kind of like a chart part kind of business deal, but because they exclusively build on mobile games, this has got to be the most high-profile debut of a series on the mobile I could think of.
Oh, let me just make a prediction here.
Even though there were already Pokemon games, this is
gonna be huge.
Yeah.
When this thing comes out,
yeah,
you're gonna see it everywhere. It's gonna blow up. It's gonna be amazing.
I feel like I'm listening to sports radio now, where they're just buying time on the thing.
Oh no, He's
got a heck of an arm. He knows how to throw the ball, and when he throws it, you know where it's going.
Look at that grip when he throws the ball.
Now, I'm not saying it always works, but most.
He added the leg kick in the off season.
Yeah, Jesus. All right.
No, I'm making a bold prediction. This thing is gonna be just gigantic.
Okay. Well, we will see. I'm interested to find out. Speaking of Nintendo, Mario and Luigi's Paper Jam, which of course is where
it's a music game, right?
Yeah, they had basically the Superstar Saga of Mario and Luigi meet up with Paper Mario. That's going to be out on the 3DS. No word on when it's coming to America, but now we know that it will be out in December in Europe, and Australia.
So this is finally the game where you can use Mario to fix a copying machine?
Well, yeah, it's...
Oh, man, it's jammed in there pretty good.
Well, you see, like, Paper Peach and Superstar Peach freaking out when they meet each other, so it looks kind of cool.
Oh, I was making a joke.
I know.
But that's cool, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
More Peach? Yeah, sure.
Good news for remote play users. If you use your Vita to play your PlayStation 4 library while you're just laying on the couch or whatever. Library? Is that how I say it now?
Library?
I've finally become everything I hate.
Aluminium.
John Harmonic is actually designing the remote play functionality on the Vita, and he also did the remote play for Destiny, one of the best received remote play ports ever. The way that works, in case you don't have a Vita, is that you use your internal network, so your Wi-Fi, to connect your Vita over to your PlayStation 4,
Yep.
which I'm not sure how good your internet speed is, man.
Not very good.
I don't think you're going to really be able to use this.
That's okay. I don't want to use it.
Okay. So Fallout 4 on the Vita sounds like a dream, and everyone's really going to appreciate it as long as they have a really good internet speed. So everyone's just going to...
Oh, man.
What?
I would appreciate that.
Yeah, but you don't have a good internet speed, so there's no
point. Can I just go to the library?
Oh, boy.
Libraries.
Real quick, Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat will be joining WWE Immortals. This is the fighting game starring those WWE superstars in their extreme forms. You better hurry up, though, because you can only unlock Johnny Cage up until October 29th.
This is like that Def Jam game? The wrestling game with the...
Yeah, kind of, except they have, like, superpowers and stuff. It's
Why do
weird.
rappers want to be wrestlers and wrestlers want to be fighting game stars?
It's just a circle of life, man.
All right.
You can't have what you want.
Is Hulk Hogan going to be playable?
I don't think that Hulk Hogan's going to be...
Super Hulk.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan's probably not going to be talked about for a while. And lastly, Lara Croft Relic Run, that was released just a few months ago, back in May, has already reached 10 million downloads, just showing that anything with a recognizable property will be downloaded on phones for no good goddamn reason.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't look that bad.
I'm exasperated.
Me too. And that's going to do it for Pocket Talk. Pocket Talk, Pocket Talk, Pocket Talk.
That was a good Pocket Talk.
Let's get big. See? I'm getting the mushroom sound.
Yeah, Steve's not here, but you can do it.
He's in Lambo right now.
Is he in Lambo?
Yeah.
Or at Lambo?
I don't know.
He's on site or is he in the stadium?
Are you on Long Island or are you in Long Island?
Ah.
You're
I
supposed
guess
to
if
say
you're
that.
outside, you're on. If you're inside, you're in. No, let's think
You
about
confused me, you stupid moron.
If you're inside Lambeau Field, you're in Lambeau Field. But if you're in the area,
You dumb person saying stupid words. But don't worry, Justin.
oh god,
You're not
damn
as
it.
dumb as the idiot. Duh.
Wait, big talking of Big World.
Of the week.
Did you just skip the next segment?
We did Pocket Talk already.
The one after that, though, it's like Big Talk in a Small World.
That's Pocket Talk.
Oh, I thought that was
Idiot.
your segue into the next thing.
Justin, for the 100th episode, you are not the idiot of the week.
Oh, we need a dunce cap for me at least.
The 22-year-old Matthew Tollis. Yes. He has been involved in a number of issues. This is not directly related to video games, nor does it actually have anything to do with video games, but it has to do with something that's been occurring around the world of video games.
Recurring.
Thank you. And that is swatting. People are calling into swatting on Twitch streamers left and right. It's disgusting. It's the horrible action.
What?
Well, this guy has been swatting people. I'm not sure if he had anything involved with Twitch, but he actually swatted the University of Kentucky. Oh, I'm sorry, Connecticut.
What
There's no
is
university in
swatting?
Kentucky.
Yeah, nobody can learn anything in Kentucky.
I'm kidding. I love you, Kentucky.
They go in dumb, they come out dumb, right?
Jesus, I'm not going anywhere near you on that one.
That's a Randy Newman line, actually.
Oh, that is Randy Newman.
Yeah.
I like
From the
Kentucky.
song Rednecks, which you guys should all listen to. If you haven't
You
heard.
might not want to listen. Either way. This guy has been swatting people in a number of incidents, and now he'll be going to jail.
Okay, what is swatting, though?
So let's say you're just hanging out at your house, and I call the police, and I go, there's a guy holding some people hostage inside of this home.
Oh.
And then they kick open the door, they got all their guns pointing around, and they're like, what's going on here? And then they realize that they've been pranked. And this has happened to a number of Twitch streamers. They get swatted while they're live on air. And that's where I saw it really start. And now it's starting to like trickle out into all these other environments. And this is one of those practices you see.
It's like when I ordered all those pizzas for you that one time.
That was so embarrassing. But this is a deplorable act.
Yeah.
And it actually puts people's lives at risk. Luckily, no one's really been hurt. Which
If you
really
know cops will just shoot anybody nowadays.
you think that, but these SWAT team guys are good enough where we're not hearing about people getting shot, by
Thank
accident.
goodness.
That's what I'm saying.
Or they're just covering it up.
No, they're not covering up because they're live streaming.
Cover up.
The police are shooting them when no one's looking. No,
Should we do a fake SWAT on one of these episodes? Oh.
No, we're not. No, because someone actually did that and got in even more trouble. They pretended to be swatted.
Never mind.
Long story. So, Matthew, I hope you enjoyed doing your stupid little prank. And this is a big warning to any of those people that are trying to do it, elsewhere. He's going to jail for a year. Have fun with that.
22-year-old is the new 12-year-old.
Thank goodness for our prison system. Now he'll never be able to get a job, so he'll totally be able to help society.
He can get involved in the weed industry.
Sweet. So, Matthew, for swatting people, you are absolutely, for the 100th episode, the idiot of the week. Ooh.
Thank God he was even dumber than the stuff I said before that, where I didn't realize that there wasn't another segment.
Stupid dumbass. Okay, what do you say? We take a look back at the week that was, and the segment that I forgot to actually title the segment this last week. Did you
I know you did.
I said,
it's my favorite title.
This week in history, which is not true because
That's
the title
stupid.
of this segment is Strong History.
We're all the idiot of the week this week.
Here we are. 10 years ago this week, Shadow of the Colossus was released on PlayStation 2.
Piece of art.
Stubbs the Zombie, Rebel Without a Pulse, was released on the original Xbox.
Camp.
And the Bible game was released on the PlayStation 2.
Crap.
Yeah. 12 years ago this week, SSX 3 was released on multiple platforms.
That was my absolute favorite game to do particular things.
A lot of people really liked that game. I never really thought it was that big of a deal.
The soundtrack is great. I love the music.
And Grabbed by the Ghoulies, Rare's very first game, original game on an Xbox, was released 12 years ago.
First game?
Oh, after they got bought up by Microsoft.
So once they went downhill.
Yeah, pretty much. 13 years ago, Toe Jam and Earl 3 Mission to Earth.
I thought you were going to bring that up.
Yeah. 13 years ago. I actually remember playing that game. I got to give myself a copy of that.
That series is getting rebooted. Have you seen that? Have you seen the Kickstarter on it?
Yeah.
It looks better than that one. 3 was kind of garbage.
That Kickstarter thing, just whatever.
You're done with the Kickstarters.
14 years ago, Grand Theft Auto 3 was released on PlayStation 2. I knew that we were coming up to it because once I saw Devil May Cry last week, I was like, then it's going to be Grand Theft Auto, because that was a big fall for me. I was counting down the days to Grand Theft Auto 3D, which was later renamed Grand Theft Auto 3, since it was announced. And everybody's like, those games suck. You're going to be so disappointed. Little did they know.
Great, though. I like the first two a lot.
Little did they know that was going to change the industry.
Nothing
would ever be the same.
Rockstar just took over after that.
15 years ago this week, Mega Man Legends 2 hit the PlayStation 1. I know.
2-1. Like it.
16 years ago, Pokemon Yellow, the special Pikachu edition, came out on the Game Boy.
Stupid.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was good. All those games are good.
17 years ago this week, Xenogears hit the PlayStation.
I made it all the way to the end of that game. Final boss, didn't bother beating it. I don't know why. I just didn't end up finishing it. Yeah.
You need to see a psychiatrist about this. I start things, and right when they're all done, I just walk away.
A lot of times with RPGs, for some reason, I just don't beat that.
Do you fear success?
Oh, man.
Xenogears.
I'm thinking of, this game I was I don't know where to go with a bit.
17 years ago this week, Turok 2 Seeds of Evil was released on the 64. That sums up my feelings. Also, some game called Metal Gear Solid was released in America.
Metal Gear Solid for 100.
Very good show.
What game is Metal Gear Solid?
Also, 17 years ago in Japan, the Game Boy Color was released. Very, very cool.
GBC.
20 years ago in Japan, Virtual Fighter was released on the 32X, which is actually superior to the Saturn version that would be launched with the console. Also, 20 years ago, Jack Brothers. I believe the final the final game on the Virtual Boy over in America, because they had a very limited run. It's the rarest game in America.
Is that where you play as rabbits who use jackhammers?
No, it's a top-down like dungeon crawler on the Virtual Boy, which looks really cool. Never got a chance to play it. 21 years ago, Shining Force 2 on the Genesis, and Final Fantasy 3 on the Super Nintendo. What a goddamn week!
What a week! Final Fantasy 3 is better, but Shining Force 2, man, that game is awesome. It's just so damn slow.
Halfway through that game, it gets so crazy.
It does. It's just so slow. Emulators.
Yeah. Speed, so you can hit the fast forward button. 24 years ago, Spike Co. was founded. They are famous for their involvement in the Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi series, as well as publishing a number of titles.
Some of my favorites.
Developing, was that Samurai Western and the original Way of the Samurai. I know. 25 years ago, Akameju Special Boku Dracula-kun was released on the NES. That's
Dracula-kun?
Yeah, Dracula-kun, because
Respect for Dracula.
That's Kid Dracula over in Japan, which is a really fun Konami game. Every time I say that company's name, I just get sad.
Dracula-kun.
27 years ago in Japan, Super Mario Bros. 3 was released on the Famicom. So, not my favorite Mario game, but many other people's favorite
Family
Mario
computer.
game. Yeah, that's true. 28 years ago, Natsume was founded.
Natsume-kun.
They published a number of games. I was
they
going
Pocky Rocky, right? Is that them?
Yeah, and I thought they did the Tenchi Muyo RPG.
Did they?
Or is that Band Presto?
Trying to remember. What about Harvest Moon?
I thought they did I think they at least published Harvest Moon.
I can picture the opening screen where it says Natsume.
And lastly, 30 years ago, in Japan, the little system that could, the Sega Master System, was released. That is not the very first Sega console, as many people have said. However, the Sega Master System was hugely popular over in Brazil, where it continued to be manufactured and developed for even into the early 2000s. I believe there are still people making homebrew software to this day. Just insanely popular system over there. So, Sega Master System obviously never got as much love as the NES. But, hey, if you want to play the original Alex Kidd games, which, hey, there's at least one good one there.
Yeah.
There's some many bad.
How about a moment of silence here for the Sega Master System?
Okay, well, that was fun. Honestly...
we showed a lot of respect for the Master System.
I think you should check out Golden Axe Warrior. That's like a Zelda ripoff.
Yeah, that game's great.
That's a really cool game. A lot of the Sega Master System games ended up on Game Gear because it was essentially the same hardware. And you can even get that add-on to the Game Gear to play the Master System games, which is crazy. Crazy. I don't know.
Does it get any crazier than that?
It's been 100 episodes. I guess we're about to close out the show, but...
this roller coaster's ending, huh?
Yep, this is the last episode. I don't know, 100 episodes. It's kind of weird.
What was that?
I don't know. What do you say we just close out the show? That sums it up. Close it out. Justin, where can people reach you on the internet?
Wait, can I do a quick rap for this episode?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, here I am on the show. We're doing the game show for 100 weeks in a row. Everybody is here in the room. It's me and Colin and that guy with the bassoon. He's outside. And actually it's downstairs. I thought, okay, I'm done with the rap. You can reach me at Justin Engelbart on Twitter, and you can find Justin and Colin Are the Game Players on YouTube.
All right, great. You can follow me on Twitter at Dr. Krychop. That's at Dr. Krychop. You can follow us on Twitter as well at PressureCastPod. Email, text, call, having a stroke right now. So the computer's freaking out. We better just hurry up and wrap this up. You can go to youtube.com/videogamesardumb. You can check out the first hour of Tales of Celestria and a bunch of other games this week. Hopefully that Guitar Heroes video is going to go up. What else?
We love you guys.
iTunes, 5 stars. Give us a written review. So much stuff coming up. We'll probably do something special for the 2-year anniversary, but the 100th episode, who cares? Write in the emails. Send us the comments. Do all that good
Call
stuff.
Call the phone.
Thanks,
Keon.
Thanks, Keon and Greg, for the picture. Love that picture.
Me too.
Amazing. Justin, thank you so much for hanging out. Guys, it's been 100 episodes. And you might say to 100 more, but don't worry. We'll go far beyond that. Because the Pressure Cast is forever.
Adrian!
PRESSURECAST, weekly video game news podcast, is solely owned and operated by Colin Tanner. Guests of the PRESSURECAST are not employees or freelancers of Colin Tanner, the PRESSURECAST, or VideoGamesAreDumb.com, and are not paid. Music featured on the PRESSURECAST is property of their respective owners, and no infringement is intended. For more information, email pressurecast@gmail.com.